I took a phone call that was very disturbing, and I kept saying after I hung up that phone and on my drive home, I go, Satan, get behind me. You can't have me today. You know, and we're reminded as adults that the enemy is a driving force, and he wants, when you're doing something for him and you're stretching yourself and you're working hard to grow your relation, Satan really wants to grab a hold of you and he wants to pull you down. And those are illustrations, you know. I couldn't believe, well, the phone call came Friday right while I was teaching confirmation class. So that was a sign, oh, great. I'm trying to teach confirmation, and I got this fire that I got to put out. And it was like, enemy, get away from me. I finished confirmation. I told the person on the phone, I'm going to have to call you back. And then I called back. And like I said, the enemy's been pressing, but I am going to stand firm because God is sovereign, and he's in control. And everything that we shared that week, whether it be counselor or staff, everything that we shared, we have to apply to ourselves as well. So I kept saying that verse over and over. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. And God is in control. And he is our sovereign God. The sovereignty of him is trust in the Lord. What is that? From Proverbs 3:5, it tells us that we need to trust in the Lord with all our heart. Do not depend on our own understanding. And sometimes, church, it's so easy to try to take what we own for ourselves, our own thoughts and our own opinions, and lean on them and lean into them. And sometimes when we lean into what we think, things fall apart. But when we trust in him with all of heart, he will see us through. Isaiah 55:8 reminds us that my thoughts are nothing like his thoughts. Say that with me. My thoughts are nothing like his thoughts, says the Lord, and my ways go far beyond anything that you can imagine. And I got to get back to talking to adults. I'm programmed, like right now, I'm still in that mode where I'm simplifying. So bear with me because I'm shifting gears a little bit. You know, in Genesis, in the beginning, confirmation class was really neat, wasn't it, Jake? Really neat because they had to learn the old books, the Old Testament, and some of those names are really hard. But I was really proud of them because they're really going deep into the beginnings. The beginnings. What is the beginning? And one verse in Genesis 50:20 kept ringing in my thoughts this week as well. And they're of great comfort to you and to me and many others. You're intended to harm me, but God intended it all to be good. The enemy his intention is to harm me, but we have to keep reminding ourselves that God's intentions, it's for the good. He brought all of us to this position so he could save lives of many people. And I'm so glad I'm a part of the family of God, because lives of many people, it's the church. The church are walls. The church is really the people who walk into the church. We're the church. And it's the church that the enemy wants to smash and destroy. And while suffering is never good in any of us, for any of us, God often uses, listen to this, sometimes God uses, and I was telling myself this when I was taking that call, sometimes God uses bad things that happen to bring out for good purposes. Sometimes we have to go through something bad for a good purpose. And I can't wait to just, when I see God, I just want to say thank you. Even though I went through some storms in my life, I want to say thank you. And I'm sure other people will probably say, I don't understand why I went through the bad things, but when you see the good that comes out of it and the healing and the growth that comes out of it, that's, I believe, when we will understand God's sovereignty. God's sovereignty means he's able to take the greatest evil, when his son had to hang on the cross, and he used that for the greatest good. He suffered, he bled, he died on the cross, but God used that for the greatest good. And that was the gift of salvation for you and for me. And then you have to keep reminding yourself when you're going through the storms and the darkness of life that God used that situation of Jesus